Hello, my name is Richard Winfield III, victim of Contra Costa County in California. Today, I'm at my own rights to demand that California surrenders their criminal offenders, Linda Ray, Lindsay Simpson, Marcia Luster, Sonia Hirschfield, who committed fraud on documents and records, making up her own records and documentation through institutional sealed records. Linda Ray is one of the major criminal offenders who was an accessory to criminal abduction and kidnapping by the state of California, who took my firstborn child and decided to commit a crime. So since that crime is being supported by the courts of Lois Hates, she's also an accessory to child sex trafficking and child human trafficking. Lois Hates did not have the right to terminate parental rights based on the evidence which they felt was evidence. It wasn't evidence at all. What it was is a savage attack on me because of the fact that I'm a working male who works every day, goes to work every day, who usually is very extremely polite, very kind to others, and for all these 13 years I've been denied any kind of rights to life, which is insane. You know, people like me who work very hard are not given any chance to life at all. As far as I'm concerned, I support anyone out there in life. If you are a maniac or not, and you turn around and ice these bitches, that's their own fault. You know, it was meant to be that way. See, I would have been a very good dad, a very good father. I cook my own foods. I cook, and clean. Fathers are not given any credit to life at all. Everything is all handed down to women. So in my personal opinion, I would ice these bitches. They didn't have the right to take my daughter. The man who was given legal rights and the guardianship of my daughter, he's a dead little son of a bitch too. He's a fucking felon. He thinks he's Prince James. He's a felon, convicted person. Both of them need to be placed in the grave too for taking that child, because Yvonne Francesca Peters never had any epileptic seizures at the age of 2 years old. And I do support having these people murdered and killed, have their head decapitated from their body, and that's the way it needs to be. I loved my daughter. My daughter was a wonderful little baby girl, innocent as hell, and had every right to know the truth about her father, being a good man, working very hard, pay taxes every year. You would think if people paid attention that you go to work every day, you would think that they would appreciate that, hey, you're a good worker, you know, but they don't. These women's lives mean nothing, and they personally need to be taken out. Yvonne Francesca Peters was taken from me on September 20th of 2004 and haven't been seen since. No contact rights, no physical rights, no nothing. Because they basically conspired and co-conspired to criminal kidnapping and abduction under federal laws of the United States. And, you know, people like myself who don't have criminal priors or criminal probation, criminal parole, you know, none of that exists. And it's kind of sad that the government doesn't want to obey the law, period. I do support extreme terrorist assault on CPS, and if it ever happens, I'm going to say, hooray, good job, dude. Good job. I'm always say good job. Anybody that deals with CPS. Because see, I had the right to go ahead and leave my residence in Camara Circle in 2004 and leave Elena Burnell and say, hey, enough was enough. Goodbye. You know, I went out with this girl in Vicksburg, Kansas. Shortly after losing Yvonne, I kind of knew I wasn't going to ever get to see her again. So I went on ahead and put out a death wish on all subjects of children welfare services. You know, they think, oh, well, we have immunity, but they don't have immunity. They don't have any immunities. When they violate the 14th Amendment laws and the 4th Amendment, their immunities are done. You know, Elena Burnell was kicking my ass in every direction. As she said, I could talk until I'm blue in the face. Nobody's going to listen. Well, okay, then don't listen. But one day when somebody decides to run up on these social workers and behead their ass, that's nobody else's fault but their own. And the person is not to be blamed. That's my opinion. You know? Laws are supposed to be designed to protect citizens from wrongdoings. Elena Burnell had epileptic seizures. I went out with Connie Osmus, that lives here at this place here. And I lived here for a year. Even though Connie Osmus was a jealous, outrageous, jealous woman. She was okay, but she was just jealous as hell. Me and her sister, Gail Baldwin, would have sexual relations behind her back because I don't like jealous people. Jealous people can be a potential danger and can be a potential threat to human life. People with mental illnesses are just as equally dangerous, more dangerous than a normal man like myself. People like myself who are normal, we don't have any criminal ties. But I do strongly believe in eye for an eye, and I do strongly believe in blood for blood, life for life. I strongly believe in that. A social worker has the balls to take my child because they think, then I should have the right to take their life. That's the way I see things. They'll never take a life because I don't see no purpose in it. But if somebody else did who was homicidal, I would say, cool, thanks. Justice has been served. Concord, California can pay $2.5 million for all that they've destroyed. I mean, I had a good job. Earning $9.50 an hour. Come on, please. Let's get realistic. Elena Burnell never held a job. In fact, she's never even graduated high school. She dropped out. So she's going to do her drugs. Elena Burnell had a history in criminal behavior, and that's what really pisses me off, is that I didn't realize how many times she's been in jail or been on felony probation. All they do is just slap her on the hand and say, well, now. Concord Police Department was encouraging her in her violence and her abuse and so forth. They want to sit there and say, oh, you guys should work things out. Well, maybe I should work things out and put a backpack bomb into your bathroom. That'll work out just fine, right? Just like Elena Burnell has a right to do harm. Why not? You see? You have to look at the different pictures and perspectives. They always say 2 wrongs don't make a right, or 2 rights don't make a wrong. You know, criminals are created by how they're being treated. Me, I don't really care one way or the other, but if there was a person out there and killed these social workers, I would say good job. Because I loved my daughter. She would have had a very good relationship with me. She would have been healthy. She would have been in soccer and sports, hopefully. But I don't know what she does because I don't know anything about her anymore. Ever since she was a baby, I'm the one who took care of Yvonne. And that's that. Elena Burnell never did anything to take care of that child. I did. Got up at 3 o'clock in the morning every morning, feeding her her bottle, changing her diaper, laying on the sofa couch with her, and so forth. It was kind of ironic. Linda Ray, Lindsay Simpson, they all need to be killed. Period. That's the name of justice. People like me are good people. And we need to be given rewards, and we need to be given the right to do what is necessary to protect and defend ourselves from being bodily injured because some bitch wants things done her way.